My name is, and with me is,
Ruthless, just ruthless.
and with me here is,
Mr. Entertainment, Tony Strong.
and I actually invited you two here. You're both part of Wrestling Revolution, and I asked you for this little interview to talk about three things. First one is Awesome Kong, who was fired from TNA after her little scuffle with Reby Sky, Matt Hardy's wife. I wanted to get your thoughts on, her getting fired. What do you think about that little issue?
Well, it's a funny issue because like issues like this happen whether it's with women or whether it's with men. It's just different kind of situations. And the one thing that me and Kong had a conversation about, I think about 2 weeks ago before she got fired, of how a lot of people don't know their place. You know what I'm saying? Like just because their guy is wrestling, I think just because they're the wife that they have, equal, rights and they can just say what they want to say to people and there's not going to be any, consequences. And what you have to understand is if somebody is very quiet and they're very humble and everything, you should leave them like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't leave them like that, you keep pushing them, pushing them, pushing them, pushing them, pushing them. They're gonna finally snap. And even though they have every right to snap because they snap because everybody thought that they were supposed to be a better person, they look at us as a bad person. So I feel like even though she got fired from TNA, it's not the first time. The other time was, Bubble Love, and even still then, it was a situation that she stood up for herself and she got punished for it, So I give her kudos for sticking up for herself. Because, everybody knows me. There's no way in hell you're going to talk trash in my face and thinking that, like, I'm not going to, like,
Well, what are your thoughts about this? Especially since Matt Hardy's child was right there when that incident happened. And do you think she'll, get somewhere else, like even like WWE, like go back there? Do you think that will happen or come?
Well, as far as her WWE days, I think that may be done. And as far as her incident with the kid, Matt Hardy's kid and his wife and all that, professional etiquette is a lot. Whether you're on the good side of it or whether you're on the bad side of it. If I come to you in the locker room and call you all kind of names and curse you out, but no one hears it. But then all of a sudden, someone comes in the locker room and sees you have me around my throat up against the wall. They don't care about what was said. They care about what was seen. So it's a certain way you got to handle certain situations. Do I feel she's wrong? Do I feel she's right? Pressure busts of steel pipes. So imagine what they do to people.
Right. Well, hopefully Kong does gets to wrestle again anywhere she can get because right now with WWE with also with her back problems as well, I don't think she'll be able to come back, especially after that incident.
I'm always down for round two.
That's fine. That's fine. Next thing I want to talk about is CM Punk. He was supposed to be facing off against his opponent in the upcoming UFC 200, I think, but he won't be able to participate because he announced that he had to have back surgery, and a lot of people are saying that he's only doing that because he's scared or because it's a little convenient that he has to have the surgery now after the fight was announced. What do you think?
Brock Lesnar will tell you this. It sounds good when you hit somebody. When you get hit back, that sounds clear. Yeah, CM Punk in the WWE wrestling where you get the wrestling league work wonders. UFC is a different monster. It's like getting the UFC ring, it brings a whole set of man about you. And some guys, Batista made the crossover, Bobby Lashley made the crossover, Brock Lesnar was successful at the crossover. But it's always that fear, what if I don't? What if I'm not successful? What if I get in there and get knocked out the first fight? What if I pull a kill So, I guess my advice, stick to what you're good at.
Right. Well, do you think? Well, Mr.
Dude,
Trump said. Do you
okay.
think Punk?
Okay, like I 100% agree with him because we was kind of having this conversation earlier. It's one of those things. It's like Jason David Frank called him out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They even like exchanged words and people was talking about him wrestling and him going to MMA. He was saying he's ready. He's ready. When the guy who he was going to face won, he got in there, shook his hand and everything, and then it's like, oh, now it's coming soon. Oh, my back.
The next day,
My back.
he has to have back.
My back hurts. It's from wrestling, bro. You ain't wrestled. Many moons.
Staff. He got
Staff.
staff.
He got
gotta
staff.
He gotta get Lance.
He gotta get Lance.
Right.
So that's what I'm just saying though, dude. Like, come on, like if you don't
He
want
gonna
to fight,
challenge me to a
just,
fight next. You see this?
oh yeah, you want to talk trash? I got you, Tony Strong. Whatever. Then my back. I better shut up.
Well, the
AJ
chances
might
of
get
him
me.
going back in the ring,
AJ might attack me.
especially to WWE, chances of him going back to WWE is very slim because he burned the old averages.
Yeah, he burned the bridge, tore it down, and
Put kerosene on it,
yeah, it's
rebuilt it, and burnt it again.
I don't know though. You know, Vince McMahon has been known to do stranger things. I mean, you know.
Doubtful that. Oh,
I know. Anything happens during an interview.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Happens.
Well, anyways, the last thing I wanted to talk about is ROH, Ring of Honor. It's getting more attention
you.
from. All right, go. All right, it's getting more attention from WWE than before. I mean, back then WWE were not focusing on bringing ROH guys, but TNA was. But now it has changed. Do you think WWE could make maybe sort of a deal with ROH like they did with ECW, like finance them a little bit, and then some of those guys can come over to their promotion? Do you think that might happen?
No.
Nope.
No. So the simple fact is like this: if you let someone have shares in your company, that means they can buy more shares. One thing you don't want Vince McMahon to do is buy shares in your company. See what happened to ECW? He eventually bought out, you know, the company. ROH is a good entity on its own. It made people look towards the indies. It made WWE look toward the indie because it produced people like CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe,
Kevin Owens,
Sami Zayn,
all these guys.
The list goes on. It produced these type of wrestlers. So I mean, you have to look at the origin. You have to look at the stomping ground. That's like looking at Bret Hart, but not looking at the Hart Dungeon.
Right.
You know what I mean? It can't do both. So the reason why I feel like WWE is looking more at ROH is because the WWE's roster is aging. Undertaker, Kane, Brock Lesnar,
Randy
John
Orton,
Cena,
John
Randy
Cena, all these
Orton.
guys.
All these guys are aging, and you know they need to bring someone in to fulfill those gaps that these people will leave behind. So of course they're gonna look to the indies. Where else you gonna look? I mean TNA's looking for a cover man, someone to be the face of their company, but they don't have the backing of Vince McMahon to pay someone to lead their company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm also, I think that's a very good point, especially how they need a lot more fans to get back behind them, especially with everything they've done.
I mean, everyone's left. Samoa Joe's left. I mean, even though some left and came back, it's not the same because TNA's lost that fan base because people so focused on the indies and they see WWE is actually giving those indie guys a chance with NXT to where it's like, well, my favorite wrestlers on NXT. And if you ask me, NXT gonna become a brand like Raw, like SmackDown. It's its own brand.
I was hoping. All right, well, that's everybody. You have a different opinion about this? Leave some comments below. Let me know what you think, and I'll be here next time to give you more love and more entertainment. Take care. See you all next time.